Okay, well, welcome to In the Garden. I'm Nicola.
Mark.
We're in our bee suits.
No!
Going down to
I thought it was a spacesuit.
We're going down to do the second round of Formic Pro on the beehive.
Cattle? No. Oh, I suppose bee suits would be bees, wouldn't it? That wouldn't make sense.
Here's a dag.
Yep.
Okay.
We got some video the other day. Actually, I think we only took a picture of the first strips in there, but
Not sure.
we have got some video of last week's efforts. So it's been 8 days because it's kind of specific.
Yeah, so normally you would do it 10 days and 10 days, but because of the way the timing works, we could do 8 days and then 12 for the 2 lots of Formic Pro strips. And I know there are people out there that are going to say, no, they should be in for 10 days. Problem is that Mark's life doesn't work on a 10-day rotation. So this is the only way we could do it and fit it in for a time when everyone's available.
Today's a public holiday.
Yep.
May the 4th be with you. Star Wars Day should always be a public holiday.
Apart from that, we've got a few things happening.
Well, the other important bit is our bees did the Kessel run in under 12 parsecs.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we're doing a little bit of stuff on the pool.
Doing a lot of stuff on the pool, getting it
Yeah,
clean.
well, whether we get it like closed up today or not is a totally different thing.
We need to take the little the chlorine maker out, and
Yeah.
it's got little white stuff, highly technical terms, and so it needs to be soaked in the acid, cleaned up. The backwash, there's a fair bit to do at the pool.
Yep.
You may not see any of that this episode, so that was
It's hard to know what's going in where.
That was a total red herring, but anyway, we are doing that in the background.
We do actually have something else happening in the background. We'll be showing you that. Not this episode, next episode.
A couple of shorts alluding to it.
Yes,
And
check out the shorts.
photos, Facebook page.
Leave a comment if you know.
And thank you, big shout out to all our new subscribers. Thank you. 144.
Way!
So here's to 150. So if you're watching, like, subscribe, hit the bell for all
Share.
the notifications. Share. Yeah. It's a big help. Thank you. It really does help.
All right, on that note, we'll see you through the episode.
Bye.
Bye. Okay, so these roses are going along really well. Starting to do preparatory work for extending along here and behind me. But one of the things is getting like a lot of roses at one time is quite a big job. So I've been picking up bits and pieces. Bunnings have been selling out their roses. And so I'm looking for, I've got a few over there too, but I'm looking for enough to start the mix along both sides. So that's a new one that we picked up yesterday. It's an orange showpiece rose. Now the showpieces are a more open rose. They don't have all the multitudinous petals. They're a more open rose. They're probably better for the bees. So I bought an orange, and then I've got a little miniature, like a ground cover one, and another standard shrub rose. And the idea is I'll collect enough. We'll finish this area off. I worked out I need 16 shrubs and then a mix of the small ground covery shrubs, ground covery roses. So 3 there, and I think there's about 3 or 4 down there. So I'm about halfway. I'm kind of hoping that Mother's Day I might get one. That would be really, really good, because that would give me enough for half, and then I only have to go and buy another 8 that I like. And we're trying to go with a mix of colours so that this is always just a mass of colour. And it just sort of tidies up this zone. It used to get so messy and untidy, and it looked unloved, and it was hard work keeping it down. It is much easier now. And a lot of people go, roses aren't easy. To that, I'd say it really depends. This bed is really simple, but we've set it up to be simple. The one out the front needs a lot of work again at the moment, and it's constantly needing work because 90% of the roses, well, it's probably not that many now, but a lot of the roses that were put there were not ones we planted, and they had been allowed to maybe not be as well looked after as they probably needed. The ones that we've got in the middle of the circular driveway are actually way more easy care. But again, we've done massed plantings to try and get all the, range of colours and what have you. But anyway, I'm babbling on. The idea is that we've got now a really good start on this rose garden. We're a third of the way through. Yeah, and they're looking really good. So I'm quite excited. We've been out visiting a friend and we're on our way home, and here's our view. So cattle in yards, and we've had cattle on the side of the road. We've had cattle on the road, but no, it's starting to look a bit dry, but then we're coming into winter, so and a good old dirt road. So actually it's been fairly good, not doing as much bouncing as we could, so the corrugation is not so bad. I have it back together again, and last step, we'll go and plug it in and test it. Ready to screw this all back together. Once the screws go in, I'll push this back. This actually just snapped as I was showing you the other bit. You would have heard the little click as it gave, but thankfully all this does is it basically bungs it up, so we'll pop it back in and it should be fine. Should hold it nicely. Okay, I've just unscrewed the old bulb. There it is. Put the new bulb in, so it just goes into this piece here. This then goes back on and we screw it into place, and then we can go and test it. Okay, as you can see, I've got it pulled out. Now see, here's my screw holes. Here's the base. It actually has a spring on the side, which is what actually holds it inside the salt lamp. Actually, if you have a look inside, that's what it looks like. This one's well and truly blown. So time to pull that out and replace it with a new one. This base has a simple Phillips head screw. So you just pull those out. So I've got one, where'd the other go? Two, here we are. See, there's my two screws. Here's the base. And this is the tricky bit. I've got to get that base off. Back in a moment. Okay, now not every bulb can have their, not every lamp can have their bulb replaced. You'll find some of them are sealed and they don't come apart, and they don't have screws on the bottom. This one does, which is really good. Now, my handy dandy little toolkit that Mark bought me for Christmas several years ago, and I use it regularly. And I've got my, like some of my tools out, so 2 different kinds of screwdrivers, and then this one here, all the different screwdriver heads. So I'm going to turn it over and do it with repair my salt lamp. We discovered in the last week that it had stopped working, so it's time to put in a new bulb. And the first zygo of the year is blooming. Look at that. Although mind you, we have a big spider nest in the middle of that, so Mark will have to clean that up.
We talked about planting some sweet peas this year. We've left it till April because the weather's been so hot. So normally St. Paddy's Day in March, but trying to get into a little bit of cooler weather. This is the bed. I pulled a bit out the other day. I've got the wheelbarrow. Take it all up to the burn pile when I pull it out, because there's some pretty spreading weeds in here, virulent, you could almost say. So we'll put them through when we burn the burn pile. What I am thinking is we'll move that sweet potato that came up by himself. It is getting a bit long in the season, and the frosts, they don't do well with the frosts. Our other sweet potato over in the little bed there. is going along well. So we'll have to see if they've had any little sweet potatoes. But anyway, we might be able to cover him with straw, get him established, and so he's right for next season. But yeah, dig this compost out and then fix up this compost bin and start using him. I've had no end of trouble with the plastic on this one this year. But anyway, we'll tidy them up once we get him emptied and put it in where the sweet peas are going. There's perfume mix and early multiflora gigantica and that, so we've not got the same volume in this. They will sit and soak. This was a mass of harvested sweet peas we grew. It was actually when we were in Kingaroy town, we had a really good strike rate and a lot of flowers and a lot of seeds. So we might have to think about how I proportion it. Use 1/4 for this. Now the seeds are in the container, I won't be able to tell them apart, so those two breeds will be mixed up. But there's a lot of seeds there. Anyway, we'll get them in and see what transpires. It's just after 6 o'clock and it's got really dark. We're truly into autumn. We found the old 2019. So this is when we harvested this packet of sweet peas. So they've been stored with the other seeds since then. So I am going to put those into here. Sweet pea. There's a sticker on it. Okay, so we didn't get it mixed up. So I'll soak them. So they'll get 24 hours, or not quite 24 hours. I'm going to plant them out tomorrow afternoon, all things being equal. Well, they'll have to go out tomorrow at some stage, so we'll go there. Now, I haven't opened these, but these are 2 new packets. And I'm going to put the new ones in that plastic container. And then we'll actually plant them on different sides of the garden bed that we've prepared, where we've got the weeds out. I'll show you, we've got some tomorrow. Well, I'll show you in the videos. We're putting some cow manure. We're trying to bring the soil up. I bought some gypsum, but the soil's not very clayey, so I was going to put gypsum in there, but I don't think we will now, as it's more that the soil's poor. Plus I've got the compost from the compost bin I want to put in there. So I'll get these opened up and we will get them into that container to soak overnight. Okay, all done, cleared. Okie dokie, look at that. That's a load of weeds. We got some good ones in there. We're going to be doing, as in quite a few videos on the sweet peas. Anyone's got any thoughts, comments as we're going along? Love to hear your sweet pea stories. Do you still plant on St. Patrick's Day? Or you've done different? As I said, I only want to do about half of it and then run them up the mesh there. So there'll be, stay tuned, and same bat time, same bat channel for more sweet pea stories. And they're in. So we've got the 2019 vintage seeds on this side and the new seeds on that side. Not as many, shorter. So there was actually a lot of seeds in that tin, so they're pretty thick. So we might have to thin them, and I have thrown a few just loosely on the ground in front of the climbers. So we'll see what comes up and work it out from there. But anyway, this will be hopefully really pretty. If we can get a show of sweet peas on there, that'll be great. Sweet pea update. This is the side that had the 2019 seed. Pretty light on. That's one, I don't know how well you can see that, but right there's one there. So we're starting to get them come up, but they're slow. We have little specks of green. We'll have to see if there's any weeds in that. Coming around to the other side, this was the new packets, and we can see a much better strike, or quicker strike anyway. So this is 2 weeks from planting. So we've got sweet peas coming up here. So we will have a show of some form. We'll need to train them back onto the wire. But anyway, stay tuned for further updates. We will see how well we go. 2019 harvested seed compared to 2 new packets.
Okay, end of another episode.
Hello. We've been a bit far and few between.
I did actually mention a couple of videos that there are quite a few things at the moment that are happening, and it's just impacting our ability to post regularly. But anyway, end of another episode. So we went for a visit to a friend's place, and we got a quick little bit of video to show you what some of the back roads are like.
Sweet peas. So
yeah,
from
sweet
clearing
peas.
the bed to popping them in.
What else did we do?
Yeah.
I think I did a rose update.
Yeah, but not sure.
So anyway, there's just a lot going on.
Right.
We know the vegetable stuff is running a bit behind at the moment. Well, we're actually really behind. We've not done any winter planting. We didn't do any summer planting last year.
Oh, I did. Onions and all sorts of things. Garlic. Yeah, much maligned.
Anyway, and they weren't summer plantings. They were mostly winter plantings. But anyway.
They were planted in summer. Same thing.
Anyway.
We've got a bit on. The weather's turned very dry since we had that massive amount of rain in March. We had hardly anything since, so it's been little falls of 1 mil, 2 mil maybe at best, so it's been very, very dry. So that's starting to stress and distress a number of the plants.
And the weather's cooling off. So the other day we had a 5.4 morning.
Been a very strange autumn, no frost. So this time of year we would have had a frost, absolutely.
Just nothing.
But just nothing this year, and not a frost in sight yet, so it's very odd.
No.
Actually, it's been like an autumn, so it didn't go from summer straight into winter, which is a change.
Yeah. Now the other thing, well, I suppose it is autumn. So.
Yeah, it is, but normally it just drops into frosts and super cold.
Yeah.
We've had cold days, but cold
yeah,
nights.
we've had a few cold days and a few cold nights.
Put the fireplace on for the first time in the last week or two.
Now, keep an eye on our shorts. There's a little bit we're starting to come up with some ideas that we think might be of interest. If you like them, please share them and put a thumbs up so that we know that you enjoy them. And if not, send a message. Tell us what you're looking for.
Or leave a comment if you've got anything to say. That'd be great.
Yep. Okay, on that note, I think we're going to say thank you to our new subscribers.
Very much thank you.
And that's about us. So we'll see you in the next episode, and hopefully that'll be sooner than this time.
Bye.
Bye. Did you see something in this episode that you enjoyed? If so, please feel free to like our channel. You can always comment as well. We love to hear from our subscribers. If you think your friends might find something useful in this, please feel free to share the episode. And lastly, please subscribe to our channel because it does help us to be found. And remember, if you're on your phone, click the bell icon. Thanks very much. We'll see you again soon.